Happening now, Jamestown Mayor Eddie Sundquist declares June Pride Month. His call to residents next. Plus, investigators are asking for the public's help following a big tool theft here in Chautauqua County.
Well, it's another day, but another day of scattered showers and thunderstorms through the afternoon. Some of them could be on the stronger side. We'll time it all out next. The news at noon starts right now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
I'm Justin Gould. A Village of Frewsburg woman is facing charges after she allegedly stole over $1,000 from a local business's bank account. New York State police say that 40-year-old Shannon Helms was charged with fourth-degree grand larceny yesterday. Now, investigators received a complaint from a local business owner that his company's bank account was suspiciously low. Through investigation, troopers alleged that while employed by that business, Helms stole over $1,700. Now, police say she was released with an appearance ticket and is scheduled to appear in the Town of Ellicott court to answer the charges at a later date. Meanwhile, the Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help after a Ford pickup truck and then subsequent large quantity of construction tools were stolen last month. Investigators say a red 2011 Ford F-350 pickup truck was stolen on May 21st at around 4:30 a.m. from a location on Center Road in the town of Arkwright. Now, that truck, deputies say, was later located, but all of the tools inside of the vehicle were taken. Those tools included several DeWalt and Mi'kmaq hand tools, drills, impact drivers, socket sets, GPS units, Husky tool set, Craftsman toolbox, torch set, gauges, oxygen and propane tanks, along with some welding helmets and other miscellaneous equipment. Deputies say that victim used all those tools to perform his job duties. Anyone with information in the case is asked to contact the Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office Criminal Investigation Division at 716-753-4921. The number again is 716-753-4921. Well, a change in the new coronavirus may make it more infectious. That according to a new study. Mandy Gaithner with more in today's Health Minute.
It's a mutation that scientists have been worried about for weeks. Now a study suggests the new coronavirus has mutated in a way that gives it 4 to 5 times more spikes. Those spikes make it more stable and easier to infect human cells. Researchers at the Scripps Research Institute in Florida said the mutation affects the spike protein, a structure on the outside of the virus that it uses to get into cells. They say more research is needed to show whether the change has altered the course of the pandemic, but at least one researcher not involved in the study says it likely has, and the changes may explain why the virus has caused so many infections in the United States and Latin America. The researchers say that it is still unknown whether this small mutation affects the severity of symptoms in infected people or increases mortality, and they say more research is needed to confirm their findings. The work is now undergoing peer review. For today's Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
All right, Mandy, thank you. This week, the World Health Organization said the mutations seen so far in the new coronavirus would not affect the vaccines under development. Well, back here at home, Jamestown Mayor Eddie Sundquist declared June Pride Month during a special press conference this morning at City Hall. In a special declaration, the mayor urged all residents to join in ending prejudice everywhere and to respect and advocate for the rights of all while celebrating diversity here in the city. Sheridan Smith, a local Pride supporter and peer specialist with the Mental Health Association in Chautauqua County, says on National Coming Out Day, which is October 11th, the Pride Group and Fenton History Center will be hosting a campaign to document coming out stories from around the area.
You can give your story to them to keep and to display if you want. but you can also give your story to be displayed in a certain amount of time. These stories are very personal, and sometimes, it's something you want to share immediately, and sometimes it's something you want to share after, the pain isn't going to sting so much.
Smith says the Fenton History Center will then put some of those stories on display, part of a new exhibit. Now, prior to the COVID-19 pandemic, organizers were looking to hold the city's first Pride Festival this summer. They say that festival-like atmosphere would have aimed to highlight the area as a place for families to live safely and happily by bringing together the LGBTQIA+ community and their allies. They do plan to hold an event come next summer. They say the festival aimed to provide a safe haven for the exchange of ideas here in the community as well. Well, we thank you all for joining us here for WNY News Now as we start a brand new week, and we appreciate you choosing us as your source of local news. Gotta say hello to Lissa. Good to see Rory, Pam, and Lucas on the broadcast. Great to have you all here. Good to see Ronnie, Butch, and Joseph as well. Let's switch gears now and get a check of our First Defense weather forecast. That's where we find Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. Happy Monday, Dakota.
Happy Monday, Justin, and happy Monday to you. We are almost through the end of June. We've just got about another week or so to go. Here's a live look coming. Of course, this is the Sky Vision camera that's on top of the Doubletree Hotel, and I wanted to show you something very interesting. If you look at this right here, this is the construction that's going on at the Northwest Arena. Now, of course, they're starting to add some sort of a new addition on here that's going to be part of the National Comedy Center, and so we can actually see that right there. You can see the crane right there. So that's a really cool look coming from downtown Jamestown. Now, on the radar right here, we do have a few showers that are moving in from Ohio and northwestern Pennsylvania. These are moving to the northeast, but we will see the chance for pop-up showers, especially through the afternoon, like it has been the past couple of days. It's almost like a rinse and repeat, but so far across the southern tier, we are dry, but that's not going to be staying for long through the afternoon. Look at these temperatures already as of noon hour. 79 here in town at the airport, 78 in Mayville, 79 Fredonia, 80 in Dunkirk. But when you factor in the humidity or the dew point, it measures the moisture content. Anything over 60 is humid. We're already into the mid 60s across much of the area for the dew point temperature. 66 in Jamestown, 64 over in Erie, and 67 in Randolph. So it's almost near soupy humidity today, and so you're going to be feeling it when you walk outside. So that's going to make it feel a lot hotter than it actually is. 85 was the high yesterday. Only 63 of course was the low this morning. 92 and 40 are in the record books for today. That 92 will be safe for another year, we believe. So here's the forecast through the afternoon. It's just another rinse and repeat. Partly sunny, scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms develop. Some of these could be a bit gusty with gusty winds. There is a marginal risk, of course, for the southern tier, which is defined by the Storm Prediction Center. Very warm and soupy. 79 once you work at the immediate Lake Erie waterfront to 88 well inland, and not a whole lot of wind to help either. The showers continue this afternoon, but we do see a little break in the humidity before it returns. Once again, we'll break it down in full details in just a few. Justin?
All right, Dakota, thank you very much. Not liking the soupy weather, but it is what it is. Coming up next, a lot more to tell you guys about why the U.S.-Canada border is going to be closed for another month to essential travel. And later on, a favorite appetizer gets a chance to shine. We'll tell you about it coming up next as WNY News Now continues.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
When you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading the WNY News Now mobile app. Stay up to date on local news, weather, and sports that matter to you. Plus, subscribe to breaking news and weather alerts from the team that puts coverage first. In addition, watch news as it happens with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network. Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
And welcome back. Restrictions that barred non-essential travel between the U.S. and Canada border due to the COVID-19 public health crisis have now been extended. Yesterday was supposed to be the first day of non-essential travel between the two nations. However, officials announced at last minute that the border will now stay closed until the end of July. The restrictions first went into place back in March. Supply chain services, including trucking, are not impacted by the measure. Well, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer is calling for an investigation into the firing of New York's Southern District U.S. Attorney. Initially, Attorney General William Barr said that Geoffrey Berman was stepping down, but Berman said that he'd not resigned, leading Barr to say that President Trump had fired him.
The real unanswered question here is, why did the president and Mr. Barr do it? No reason was given why Mr. Berman was fired. We need answers to those looming questions. And the way to do it is a top-to-bottom investigation. Specifically, a three-pronged investigation involves three entities. I am calling for a three-pronged investigation that involves three entities. First, the Judiciary Committee. Second, the Office of Professional Responsibility at DOJ. And third, the Inspector General's office at DOJ.
Berman served the Southern District of New York, where he investigated several of the president's associates. Barr tried to oust him Friday, but said that he had no intention of resigning. He added that he had learned about his supposed resignation from a press release. Berman said he wanted to continue his investigations until the Senate did confirm his replacement. Well, now he's unable to do that, as over the weekend Berman announced he was indeed leaving the office effective immediately. Deputy U.S. Attorney Aubrey Statris will take over in an acting capacity there. Election 2020 restarted this past weekend after tens of thousands flocked to President Trump's massive rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Our Whitney Wild is following the president's campaign and has more on his re-election effort.
We begin our campaign, and I just want to thank all of you. You are warriors.
President Trump kickstarting his 2020 campaign again after a months-long hiatus sparked by the coronavirus pandemic. Thousands of supporters packed into the Bank of Oklahoma arena in Tulsa, despite harsh criticism from health officials.
It's a perfect storm that Tulsa can't afford.
And the Trump campaign now confirming 6 staffers working on the rally tested positive for coronavirus.
Now, I don't even know about it.
Masks were handed out, but not required to be worn. Many attendees didn't seem concerned signing a waiver they're rallying at their own risk.
I'm not concerned about the spread.
I have absolutely no concern whatsoever.
I think it'll be all right. And wear the mask.
COVID cases are skyrocketing in Oklahoma, averaging about 265 new cases per day, a 121% spike from last week, with 136 new cases in Tulsa alone in the last 24 hours. Now, on the first day of summer, new COVID-19 cases are surging in 24 states, at least 10 seeing their highest single-day increases. I'm Whitney Wild reporting.
Whitney, thank you. Now, fundraising for President Trump's election campaign have been rebounding. The Republican National Committee Chairwoman Ronna McDaniel released the fundraising totals over this past weekend. The re-election campaign and RNC brought in a total of $74 million just in May. That's an improvement over April, but it's less than the nearly $81 million that the presumptive Democratic candidate Joe Biden and the DNC released, raising the same month. Now, as for cash on hand, the RNC and Trump campaign boasted a $265 million at the end of May. The DNC had about $100 million at the end of April. Biden's campaign isn't revealing his May information just yet. Well, a Jamestown native and now scout for the Kansas City Chiefs will be delivering this year's commencement address at Jamestown High School's graduation. School officials announced that David Hinson, he's a 1995 JHS grad, will deliver a taped commencement address, which will be featured on the school's website starting on Wednesday. Hinson is in his fourth year at the Southeast area coach for the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, prior to joining the Chiefs, Hinson was a scout for the Philadelphia Eagles, New York Jets, the Cleveland Browns, and the New Orleans Saints. Hinson joined the Saints after 3 years with the Buffalo Bills, where he was previously in the team's player personnel department before being promoted. He was a running back at Jamestown High School, where he was an all-state athlete and was selected as the New York Player of the Year. Now, while at JHS, Hinson rushed over 2,000 yards, winning the Connolly Cup and the Buffalo News Player of the Year. Hinson helped lead that school to their first ever state title. Should be a pretty cool commencement speech that will be released by the school. And certainly a lot of schools dealing with modified ceremonies, recording some of the speeches, like in this case, some of them having them at big, large outdoor gatherings with very limited folks. I know coming up Friday, Falconer will be having their commencement, and we'll actually be, in an effort to help them out, streaming that live here on our Facebook page. So it'll be a cool thing to check out, and certainly a good service to the community, nevertheless, to try to help in this time of COVID-19, and especially with the big gathering restrictions that everybody is facing. Well, we hope everybody is having a good Monday, and thank you for starting your week with us. Got to say hello to Christina. Good to see you. Good to see Topsy, Josh, Anna, Wendy. Good afternoon to you. Great to have you on the broadcast. Thanks for joining us today. Good to see our friend Joanna and Joseph and Samantha. Always happy to have all of you along with us. Well, let's now get a check of our First Defense weather forecast. That's with Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. And Mr. Hunter, it was absolutely a beautiful weekend, minus a little rain yesterday, especially last night. I know some areas got a pretty good soaking out there.
Yeah, and over the weekend we told you about this, how it's these pop-up showers and storms with the high humidity and, of course, with the heating of the day. So here's what's going on here. The rainfall deficit is continuing to grow here for the summer. Now, we did get a little bit of rain at the Jamestown Airport on Sunday. We gauged, I think, 0.2 inches of officially of rain. So our rainfall total now is at 3.64, but that's still running below average. We should be at 6.79 for a total. So we're still running over 3 inches below average for the rainfall, and our best chance for widespread rain is actually going to be tomorrow, and you can see it here on the chance of rain graph here. We go from 70 today to almost a 100% chance tomorrow, back down to an isolated chance, and there's going to be a few opportunities both Wednesday and Thursday to get a few showers, but they're going to be scattered in nature, so that's not really going to help. I think our best chance for widespread rain will definitely be tomorrow. So the inland areas here today, temperatures into the mid-80s for most areas, maybe once you work down in Warren County, upper 80s here, but it's going to be very warm and soupy. The humidity is just going to be pretty high today, so it's almost the air you can wear, not exactly, but close to the air you can wear with the high amounts of humidity in the air. So here's what's going on here. The NOAA Storm Prediction Center has placed all of the southern tier and northwestern Pennsylvania under a low-end marginal risk. That is a level 1 out of 5 for a chance maybe a few thunderstorms could contain some gusty winds. In fact, here's the damaging wind probability here. We're in the lower end of this scale, the 5% damaging wind probability. So there will be the chance for maybe, maybe 1 or 2 storms that could contain some damaging winds. Cold front back off to the west. This is actually not going to be sweeping through for at least another couple of days. But again, you can see a few showers already working through, the eastern part of Ohio coming up into northwestern Pennsylvania. So those will be coming our way over the next couple of hours. Future Scan paints that picture for you. You can see a few showers and storms popping up here. When you get into those darker colors, that starts to indicate the better chance for thunderstorm activity with maybe some heavy rain at times. That continues this evening. All tapers off tonight, otherwise leading mostly cloudy. Tomorrow, with a storm system actually passing well to our north up in Canada, we're actually going to be on the southern fringe of this, so widespread showers, maybe a couple rumbles of thunder possible tomorrow. Some of that could be heavy in nature, especially in the afternoon. That tapers off as we head into Wednesday as a weak area of high pressure builds in for at least a couple of days. So rainfall totals, this is a computer estimated rainfall total from at least one of the computer models we run here in the Weather Center, and it's actually showing about a ½ inch to upwards of maybe an inch in spots. This goes all the way through today and then through tomorrow. So again, we're looking at maybe about a ½ inch to an inch of rain through tomorrow, which is good. That'll help knock some of the rainfall deficit down and actually add a little bit of a dent in the rainfall deficit. Next 7 days of your life coming up on the screen. 81 tomorrow, 75 on Wednesday. Just a small chance of an isolated shower. The high pressure that builds in is weak, so there could be a chance for a few showers. Thursday, same thing, 74, chance for a few showers and storms. Both Wednesday and Thursday comfortable with lower humidity, but the humidity returns as we go into Friday and the weekend with temperatures back up into the lower 80s once again. We'll take a quick break and we will be right back.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
There's an old saying, there's no news in the newsroom. Well, it's true. The time I spend at the anchor desk is just part of my day. Most of our time is spent gathering stories in the community, stories that matter to you. We can't do it alone, and we need your help. When you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about, drop us a line on Facebook today, email our news desk, or call our newsroom at 488-7226 so we can bring those stories straight back to you.
Want weather now? Download the WNY News Now mobile app and stay up to date on severe weather alerts. Plus, anytime hazardous weather strikes, stick with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network that keeps you safe. You're all in a tornado warning, so now is the time to go to a safe place, small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. What are you waiting for? Download the WNY News Now mobile app today. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Well, a favorite appetizer gets a chance to shine today because it's National Onion Ring Day. The batter-dipped, deep-fried treat is not only enjoyed here in the United States, but also in the UK, Ireland, Australia, and parts of Asia. Now, the exact origin of onion rings really aren't known, but a recipe for them is in John McMold's cookbook, which came out first in 1802. And in the 1960s, in the AWA restaurant gets the honor of making the onion rings a popular fast food item here in the continental U.S. So certainly if you can today, get out and enjoy some onion rings. And I got a great chance over this past weekend to enjoy some fried food. I think I got to get back to my diet this week because it's like throughout this whole COVID-19 pandemic in Dakota, I don't know if this is the same for you and your household, but it seems like I've gained a couple of pounds because I was home and enjoying being home and things like the gym are closed. And at first they were like, well, don't quite go outside yet, and it was still cold then, but no, I don't want to get myself in trouble by sharing this story, but we were going to have a great meal planned for Father's Day over the weekend, and the crock pot didn't work quite well, and the meal never really finished itself. Yeah, I'm going to get myself in trouble, but
it's called a crock pot, Jay, not a crack pot.
That's what I said, crock pot.
No, you said crack pot.
I said crack. No, I did not say crack pot. That's a totally different thing. I said crack pot, I swear to God. Anyways, the crock pot didn't work. Okay. And we went to Honest John's.
I'm back now.
We went to Honest John's. It was delicious. Head down there. Give my man John Raymond a shout. It was delicious food. Delicious food.
I mean, you know, in terms of onion rings, I'm not a huge fan of onion rings. I'm more of a French fries kind of guy. But, you know, I'll eat onion rings on occasion. You know, I think, isn't it, who's the one restaurant that's actually puts onion rings on top of the burger? Isn't it Denny's? They have a burger where they have onion rings on it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Joe, she says, I just had onion rings yesterday. Looks like they may have to come some more today. Same here. I think, you know, that'll be the last hurrah before I officially go on the Justin Gould diet, is I'm going to have a couple of really succulent onion rings.
Yeah.
I'm going to go get them right now.
You know,
you think I could make them in my crack pot? I just love making you laugh, Dakota. That's all I
You
do.
know, I went to the doctor last week, and she told me I lost a few pounds.
Oh, you did? Good for you.
So how's that?
Good for well, you look like it.
Although,
you really do.
which is weird because, I don't go to a gym, but I have walked home a few days because, I live about a few miles away. So it's like a few mile walk, essentially here from the Spain building downtown to my house. And then plus I've gone out and golfed a couple times this year. So yeah, that's kind of helping to knock some of the Snickers weight off here anyway. 64 to 70 through the night tonight. I think our weather computer is being impacted by the heat and humidity in here. It's been a little sluggish today. So early showers, they taper off overnight. Otherwise, mostly cloudy, but have those air conditioners on once again tonight because very uncomfortable sleeping weather, but a weak area of high pressure and just a brief area of at least some relief will be on the way later in the week. Justin?
All right, Dakota, thank you very much. That's going to do it for us today. Of course, when you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading our mobile app. If you haven't already, it's really cool. All you got to do is search WNY News Now in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. Make sure you check the box to subscribe for breaking news push notifications, and we'll keep you in the know. We leave you with a shot of downtown Jamestown. Hopefully you're enjoying the day, maybe dodging a couple showers as Dakota mentioned. We're back here tomorrow, live at noon with a look at local news and your weather. Hope to see you then.